Right. So we kick off with test 6, question 1. So this chapter has a bit of this topic that we refer to as relevant costing, and relevant costing really is I was going to say relevant is useful when we're trying to make short-term decision making, really in short-term decision making, right? So we have a bit of time, or if you like, we have a bit of capacity. Or we don't have enough of a resource, and we need to make decisions quickly, right? That's really the case. So we have some short-term contracts, some special orders. So the key point here is short-term opportunities or threats appear that weren't planned for in the original budget. So yes, we need to make some quick decisions. So this is where we need relevant costing. Here it says where it appears that actual activity will be lower than budgeted. So if you like, we now have spare capacity. Actual activity will be lower than budgeted. We have more space, so we can take some special orders where it appears that extra sales are offered are capable of being bid for. So again, this kind of extra capacity. But if things are in line with the budget, then it's unlikely that we would go and take on any extra work. So here is where relevant costing would not be appropriate. So relevant costing would only be appropriate where we have issues within, if you like, the supply chain, or where we're looking for new opportunities. Quickly, sharp opportunities. But watch the video, please, and watch the class, and we expand on this quite a bit. Relevant costing here, we then talk about what's going on here. Again, I'm sure you'd have watched the video. This is a special order. So special order here, really the case here is that you need 1,000 kilograms of sand. Now, you have 600 kilograms. First of all, I want to highlight that this does not matter. We've always talked about this. This is a sunk cost in making relevant costs about the future. First of all, they are cash flows about the future, incremental, if you like, and so depreciation and things like that don't count, and they are future costs. That's the other thing I should highlight. So we have here stock here at £2. That's irrelevant. The company has 600 kilograms of sand. Now, we talked about things like opportunity costs, so if we didn't need the sand, so please go back and watch the video. We do a lot of MCQs on it, so you can see some examples there, but critical for you to watch that. But what's the story in this case? You will need to replace the sand. It says the company uses sand regularly, so would replace any sand used. So if you use this sand, you have to replace it. So you'd have to go out there and buy some more sand in addition to the sand that you would need, if you like, to complete the job, or you just leave the sand alone and just buy the sand you need, in effect. So what's relevant, the amount of cost that's really relevant here, if you like, is the £4,000. That's what you would do. Imagine this was different. Imagine, just because I'm teaching, imagine here that this 600 kilograms was no longer useful. So the question here is, I'll only have to buy 400 kilograms of sand, and I can get this sand from the other department but sometimes the question won't say that. It says, well, actually you can sell it to someone for £1 as waste. So the question is, if I give it to you for free, well, that wouldn't make sense. You're losing out. By me giving it to you, I'm losing out on the potential of selling it, since I wasn't going to use it anymore, and in effect I would have at least got £600, but I'm losing that by using it. So in effect, in addition to the £400, so the 400 times 4 that I would have bought in, I'm actually losing out on, if you like, the sale of that sand, which is the opportunity cost. So that's not this question, but just alluding you to the fact that if you get a question where you're not going to be using the sand for anything else, you should look at the scrap value as the opportunity cost figure to include as a relevant cost. So the answer here is B.